Good morning, fellow pilgrims, friends and neighbors. Thank you for joining us for this live devotional from Patrick Horn and Pilgrim Congregational Church. We hope that you'll join us each morning at 9 a.m. for a short devotional, about 10 minutes long. And this week we are reading from the book of Psalms. And today's psalm is chapter 34. And it has a title, Praise for Deliverance from Trouble. And I'm going to read the entire psalm. It's 22 verses long, so it's a little long, but I want to read the whole thing because I think it's appropriate to do so. This is Psalm chapter 34. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul makes its boast in the Lord. Let the humble hear and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me, and delivered me from all my fears. Look to him and be radiant, so your faces shall never be ashamed. This poor soul cried and was heard by the Lord, and was saved from every trouble. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Happy are those who take refuge in him. O fear the Lord, you his holy ones, for those who fear him have no want. The young lions suffer want and hunger, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Come, O children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Which of you desires life and covets many days to enjoy good? Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against evildoers, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. When the righteous cry for help, the Lord hears and rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord rescues them from them all. He keeps all their bones, and not one of them will be broken. Evil brings death to the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be condemned. The Lord redeems the life of his servants. None of those who take refuge in him will be condemned. That's Psalms chapter 34. That was the New Revised Standard Version. And as I say, we've been looking closely at the Psalms for the last couple of days, and the lesson this Sunday is Psalm 118, and we took a deeper look into Psalm 118 last night in our Bible study. And one of the things that is so extraordinary about the Psalms, one of the things that I think we learn from the Psalms by reading them over and over, we learn that thanking God is a necessity, not an option. That is, for those of us who have faith in God, for those of us who trust in God, then thanking God is not an option. We don't look and wait for good things to happen and then thank God. We teach our children to say grace at meals. We teach one another and our children to thank the Lord for the things of the earth and for the blessings that we enjoy. But we also teach our children to continue to pray and to thank God and to cry out to God even in the midst of deep trouble and suffering. And we do this because we're not waiting around to determine whether thanking God is something we ought to do or ought not to do. It's a part of our lives. We do it because, as I said earlier, because it's necessary. There's nothing that could happen that would make thanking God pointless. No matter what our circumstances, no matter what our condition, might be, the possibility of thanking God in all things is still with us. And I think it's a part of what God places in the heart of the hearts of all humanity. That is a desire to express and cry out with gratitude for the whole of life, for the whole of existence, no matter, as I said, what happens to us. I think sometimes this may be a difficult lesson because we are, of course, focused on all the things that might be happening around us. And it's not to say that those things are not extremely important and of utmost importance. But in understanding the Psalms and what the Psalms teach us, I think a central lesson, going back to the first verse of Psalm 34, it starts, "I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth." So let's remember that as we face the various challenges that we're facing now and will face in the coming months. Let's remember to cry out to God. Let's remember to bless and thank God no matter what happens, that this is who we are, this is how we're going to relate to God and to the world. This is the way in which we're going to love God and love our neighbor. I'm going to close with a 10th century prayer. It's attributed to an English king. No, I'm sorry. I picked a different prayer. This is a prayer from Liturgy of St. Mark from the 2nd century. So a very old prayer. I'm going to close with this. Sovereign and almighty Lord, bless all thy people and all thy flock. Give thy peace, thy help, thy love unto us, thy servants, the sheep of thy fold, that we may be united in the bond of peace and love, one body and one spirit, in one hope of our calling, in thy divine and boundless love. Amen. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, always bless the Lord and thank God no matter what's happening around you. Have a great day.